Hi, welcome back to the Mushroom. This episode, I have one of my best friends who we've known each other since I was 4 and she was 3 in kindergarten, junior kindergarten. So next year in September will be our 20-year friendship anniversary. Andrea, welcome.
Hello. Thank you for the lovely introduction.
No problem.
I am the old friend. I don't remember not knowing Agatha. Like, she's just always been known in my life. Like, you know, when you first enter a video game and you're like, you have to, like, meet all these people, but no, like, she's, like, the character that you start out with.
I'm the pre-saved friend.
Yeah.
So, it is Saturday night at my house.
Oh, yeah. What time
It is 2
it?
a.m.
2 a.m.
2:05. So, Monica isn't here. She's studying for her CPA exam. She's gonna kill it next week.
Yes, she
Send
is.
love to her. Of course,
All
when
the
this
good
comes out,
vibes
it'll
at
be
2
over.
a.m. Yeah, it will be. And we'll probably know the results. But
Send
congrats,
love
Monica.
from the future to
Yes.
now. Send your future love into the past to help Monica.
yeah, basically. Send the good vibes, the good energy.
I was gonna have an episode with Monica about, like, friendship, finding good friends and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it took a while for her to find us.
That's true. And I mean, technically it took a while for
us
to find
us,
each other,
yeah.
too. And how we adopted Monica.
We should tell that story.
Yeah, we should.
Okay. It all started. Flashback.
Flashback, how many years ago?
19.
19. Wait, how old are we now?
I'm almost 24.
Okay.
I first laid eyes on Andrea.
It's a love story here.
In junior kindergarten on, at the time they had practice days before the full first day. Sort of like I don't know.
Pre-kindergarten? It's
Yeah.
like preschool, but
just one day.
just one day.
I guess to see, like...
Sample kindergarten,
Yeah.
basically.
So your parents leave you for, like, a few hours, and it's not the full class. It's only, like, 3 kids at a time. And so it was me, you, and Sarah.
Yeah.
And that's what I remember. You say you don't remember this day.
I don't remember any of that.
I think because you were younger. You were like 3.
Yeah, it was 3.
3.5.
I was going to be 4 in December. Like, end of December, though.
And I was going to be 5
Yeah.
in February. So we're almost a full year apart.
Yeah, basically.
But not really. 10 months.
Ew.
And I remember I had a Rice Krispie square for snack that my mom packed for me, and she already ripped the corner a little bit so I would have an easier time opening it.
That's so cute.
And you and Sarah were playing in the kitchen, the little kitchen.
I love the little
And
kitchen.
then I was playing with blocks, I think, on the floor. And then Mrs. Haynes was like, "Oh, Agatha, come and play with us." And I was like, "Ugh."
Ew. Nasty. And I was probably like, because in the kitchen area they also had like a dryer / washer. And I would put the baby in the washer. And I would just watch the baby spin. And
But you would have to spin it, right?
yeah, I'd have to
Manually.
spin it manually. I was like, the baby's being clean.
Oh my god.
So
Yeah,
much
I was
fun.
so just like not into playing with other kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I remember from that day. And then over the years, me and you would be in a lot of the same classes.
Yeah.
And we were friends, but we weren't like best friends.
Yeah, because you were already taken.
So are you.
Yeah, true, but we were already taken.
Yeah, we had other best
Yeah.
friends.
And then, like, I remember...
We had to grow to be able to come together.
Exactly.
Yes.
But I also remember, like, in kindergarten, I was just like, man, Agatha's so cool. I'm like, she's always got cool hairstyles like me, because I also
yeah, we both had really cool hairstyles.
Yeah,
our moms would braid our hair for like an hour every morning.
It was great. And then like she'd have like little cute like hair accessories. And then I remember like my mom told me this story one day. She was like getting me ready for school, and I was telling her about things that I was excited about for that day. And I'm like, I'm so excited. I'm like, I get to play with Agatha the Gorgeous. And she's just like, what? Where, like, you know, like, she's a 4-year-old. Like, where's she getting a word like gorgeous from? And she's like, why is she calling this Agatha?
I don't think I even knew the word gorgeous.
Yeah,
before.
But I said, you were Agatha the Gorgeous. And so then...
Not because I was gorgeous.
Yeah, she asked me, like, why do you call her Agatha the Gorgeous? And I'm like, because she can read. I was like, I remember thinking that was, like, the coolest thing. Like, Agatha was a pro at reading, and I wanted to
I was
read
really good at reading.
so badly. And then, like, I remember, like, once sitting with her at, like, the writing table where we had to, like, trace letters and stuff, and I was like, you know, like, all the concentration in the world. Like, yes, I did that letter A. And I see Agatha, and she's just like, what's up? And I'm like, what? I'm like, gorgeous. That's Agatha the Gorgeous.
Yeah. I remember sitting with you in senior kindergarten the next year. And we were at the table where you play with Play-Doh. Mm-hmm. And I was asking you, we were talking about crushes, and I was asking you who you had a crush on.
Oh my god.
And you're like, oh, I have a crush on Andrea. And I'm like, wow, really? And you're like, yeah, because he's Spanish.
Oh my god. That was the bar back in the day. I'm like,
and I remember looking over, and he was playing in the kitchen, and you're like, yeah, him. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I mean, he's cute.
I was like, oh yeah, that mushroom bowl cut. Divine.
So then we continued being friends. I think grade 1 we were in different classes.
Yeah, we were.
Then grade 2 we were in the same class.
I was in love with my grade 1 teacher. He was great. He was so sweet. I was convinced that we were going to get married.
Yeah, you had like dreams of like running off with him.
Oh, yes. I had dreams of running off with him. And then like the reason that he stopped teaching at our school is because his wife was pregnant. And she came to our class and, like, explained that, like, you know, that they were having a baby together. But I was just like, oh, he's just being nice and putting up a front because he knows that our love is real. And so I was totally fine with it. And he said that he was going to come back and visit. And I was like, yes, and you'll come back for me. But I don't think he did. Or at least I don't really remember him coming back. Yeah.
Or coming back for you.
I mean...
I don't think he did.
I don't think he came back for me. He didn't sweep me off in his arms.
I remember you saying it was like in a red convertible or something.
Oh, yeah. Always. The car to get away with a man was in a red convertible.
Any man.
Because there's only 2 seats. So if
so no kids.
Yeah, because if any of my family or like anybody else wanted to join, that was a no. Sorry, we have a red convertible.
Only 2 seats.
Only 2 seats. One for me, one for my man.
Oh my god!
And
you had this idea even in first grade.
Oh yeah, I did.
No one's coming with me.
No, nobody's coming with me. That was it.
So then grade 2 we were in the same class.
Yeah, we were.
And I don't think we were in the same friend group at all. I don't remember interacting with you that much. Besides, like,
no, I don't
maybe
think
sitting
so.
next to you, and then we had this like little piece of paper, and I think you put this like fuzzy deer sticker on it, and then we like made a whole story around it.
Yes, which was
we gave it friends and stuff in the woodlands, and we drew around it.
Yeah, I think that's like, I mean, something that we still do. Maybe it's not fuzzy deer stickers, but
we do make stories around.
Yeah, we do. Out of one thing, we get really excited about one thing, and then we're like, wow, this is like the best thing to exist.
Yeah, so we'll get into the chemistry
textbook. But that's the beginning.
Yes, that was the
early stages.
Fuzzy
deer stickers.
And then grade 3, you were in Miss Webster's class.
Yeah, we were in Miss Webster's class together.
And
I was afraid. I was like, she is going to be so mean. But she was great.
She was great.
She was awesome.
She's one of my favorite elementary school teachers, yeah.
Like, she was strict, but also really reasonable and fair. And I was like, you know what? You're right. I was stupid.
She read us the Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. What a good book.
Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to live in it, too. I was like, I want a closet that leads me into a magical world. I want Turkish delight.
Yeah, and then when you're too afraid of what's going on in there, you just leave.
Yeah, back. Step out of the closet. I'm back.
Okay, evil ice witch, bye.
That's cute. Close the door on Aslan's like, please, you need to help.
Put the clothes back together. Okay, so then grade 4, we were both in Miss Dalliday's class.
Yes, we were.
But we still weren't, like, friends.
No.
Like, we were friends.
We would talk.
Yeah. We were always friendly.
Wait, what was the year was that the same year that you thought, or that you made a song about me in Aliens?
No, that was grade 3, I think.
That was grade 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so me and I think another friend, but I can't remember who it was.
Yeah.
Made a song about Andrea. About how she's an alien and she's come to steal our friend from us.
Mm-hmm.
Because Andrea was always so weird growing up, and even now. And I tell her this all the time, like, she's such a strange person. And I was like, she's not human. Like, I was convinced. I'm like, she's not human. She's from another planet. And she's come to kidnap one of our friends, and that's it. Like, she used to be our friend, now she's Andrea's friend.
She's been brainwashed. Like, I kidnapped her in my UFO, and she hasn't been the same.
No. Like, how... she's Andrea's friend, and, like, what happened to our friendship? Andrea just stole her.
I did. I made her weird.
And now she's brainwashed me.
Welcome.
So, where were we? Grade 4.
Grade 4. Yeah, now we're in grade 4.
Grade 4, we weren't really close.
No. And
I remember I would put mud on a tree because I was giving it a facial.
Yes.
That was my...
I remember doing that too.
Yeah, I think we were kind of in, like, our circles kind of...
they overlapped.
Yes. We would both put mud on a tree and give it a facial.
Yep.
Because it looked old and dying, and we
were
like, we can rejuvenate you.
Rejuvenate you. It's gonna be okay. And I remember one recess where we, like, all made a snowman, and there was this random neon ball of string laying around. It was, like, yellow neon.
Why do I kind of remember this?
And we had made a snowman, you know, like a proper good snowman. And we dug out, like, a little hole at the top and put the neon string inside. I was like, it's the brain. And then we, like, you know, topped it off. We were like, our snowman is live now. Like, he is now sentient.
Because he has a neon brain.
Yeah. And I felt like Frankenstein's doctor, you know? Like, I was like, and you're alive!
No, Frankenstein's doctor was Frankenstein.
Oh my god, you're right.
It's Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, Frankenstein's monster.
So you were Frankenstein.
I was Frankenstein. And the snowman was my monster.
And you put a brain in it.
I put a neon string as a brain inside of it.
Remember the gold?
The gold.
So our playground in our elementary school was all, like, pavement.
Yeah.
But it was, like, kind of like a mosaic of little rocks.
Yeah.
And one time, me and our other friend Alex found a little, like, speck.
A glimmer.
And we were like, whoa, what is that shine? So we searched for it. And it was, like, a little piece of a rock that was, like, it looked like gold.
Yeah.
So we were convinced that this was gold. And once we dig it out,
we would be rich.
We will be rich.
Yep.
Because we had no clue how much gold cost, but we were like, we're going to be rich. It's millions of dollars.
Yep.
And we recruited Andrea
Yes.
to help us dig it out because she always had the longest nails.
I do, and I mean, honestly, looking at them right now, like, they're still really long.
And we spent, like, so many recesses trying to dig it out, but it was, like, in concrete, so it would never come out.
So obviously, without, like, some power tools, we wouldn't be able to get it out.
No. But we had a dream.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We were like, we're gonna split this up, and we're gonna, like...
It was literally half of a centimeter in diameter.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was fool's gold, too.
I'm sure they didn't have real gold.
Yeah, no, they would not put real gold for children.
Okay, so then grade 5.
Grade 5.
Grade 5, we didn't talk, I don't think, at all.
No.
Because you were in
I was in Miss Dalloway's
I was in
class.
Miss Draper's.
Yeah, Miss Dalloway's class was, like... It was, like, the longest... It felt like... It was 2 years, but it felt like the longest 1 year ever.
Because you were kind of stuck with the same people. Like, Diego was still there.
Yeah, and then we got... Maria.
Yeah.
And so...
And Natalia, I think.
Yeah, Natalia, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was basically with the same people.
Yeah.
Again.
But I was in a different class, and I kind of was in another group of friends.
Yeah.
Because Carolina left.
Yeah, so anybody who was in, like, Miss Dalloway's class, like, we just, like, cemented a bond in there.
Because you guys didn't learn math.
Listen, we learned lots of math.
So Andrea then got to grade 6. Let's skip grade 5.
Listen, grade 5 was the time of Webkin's weddings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it. I wasn't a part of it, but I remember it happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, grade 6 was, I think, where we bonded again.
Grade 6, yes, me and you were in a split class.
Yep.
So
there weren't that many grade 6s.
There weren't that many people in our grade.
Yeah.
I think there was like 10.
Yeah, it was very small.
Yeah.
Which is why we were all like, we are friends.
So all the girls became like a solid group of friends.
Yeah.
And then all the boys became a solid group of friends.
Yeah.
And then the two groups like, kind of became friends with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, the other full grade 6 class was like, whatever.
They were their own world.
Y'all do whatever you want.
I had like barely any idea what was going on in there.
And they, like, I was split off from all of my friends. Because none of my friends from the previous year had made it into this split class with me. So they had all kind of become their own group without me.
Yeah.
And then I got merged into your group.
Yeah, because, like, they were my friends from grade 5 that I'd spent all year with doing complete shenanigans.
So that was kind of where I think we became friends.
Yeah.
And you came into grade 6 not having ever seen a protractor in your life.
I didn't know what a protractor was. I was like, what is that?
Miss Draper was like, so we're gonna learn about angles. You should know, like, a little bit about them from last year. And you're like, what?
Okay. I don't know what that is.
So we kind of became close. It was, like, me, you, Maria, Natalia, and Cynthia.
Yeah.
And we had this one project where we had to, it was part of, like, Stages of Life. That was the unit.
Yes.
And we were adults, I think. And we had to give a presentation on, like, motherhood.
Yeah, we did.
And we all decided to choose a different accent.
Yep, we did.
So I was British. And then you were...
I was Hispanic. I used Diego as my,
your muse.
My accent coach.
Was he offended by that? I can't remember.
I don't think so. Because, I mean, back in the day, nobody was offended.
Yeah.
And also we were, what, like 12?
We were 12.
We were 12. We didn't know.
Yeah. I was Mrs. Cornwall.
We said some very offensive things. I was a bully.
Yeah. Andrea was always a bully. But somehow everyone still loves her. Like, that's what I don't get.
Because it was funny.
Like, Diego would always... So, like, we were in grade 6, right? You're, like, 12, 11, 12. And the boys start getting, like, armpit hair. So then, whenever Diego would put his arm up, it was, like, really hairy. And then Andrea would start singing, African Lion Safari.
I I do remember that.
And then we'd talk about, like, oh, just imagine, like, a little, like, bus full of kids just driving into his armpit hair.
Oh my god. Good times.
And then the boys would make fun of, should we say this? Maria's gonna listen to this, but the boys would make fun of Maria's mustache. But then you defended
but I
her.
defended her because I was just like, because he was like, it was Diego. He was like, well, Maria, he's like, I'm jealous of your mustache. And then I was just like, well, Maria's jealous of your boobs. And I remember him, like, we were, like, at, like, the jaw just, like, dropped, like, in shock, like, oh, he could not come back from that roast. I think he was, like, even, like, that was good.
He gave you props.
Yeah, like, good job.
But you bullied me as well. Like, I got a haircut.
Jesus, yes.
So
It was the arrival of Jesus.
because my hair started curling as I, like, started going through puberty. I never had curly hair before this. It was kind of wavy.
I was also the same.
And I didn't know how to deal with it. It was just very frizzy because I kept the straight hair routine where
doing the wrong things, like brushing it.
Yeah, I would brush it. I would, like, try to, like, smooth it.
Yeah.
And, like, keep it down. And then finally I went to the hairdresser and she's like, no, you got curly hair. We got to cut it short. It's going to be bouncy and beautiful. So she cut it short into a bob. And I went to school all proud and I was so confident and I'm like, I look so cute. And the first thing they say is, you look like Jesus. And they start bowing down and getting on their knees and praying to me. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to go kill myself now.
I was like, Jesus, please forgive me of my sins.
These are my friends.
Grade 6 was a savage time.
Yeah, it was bad. How are we friends now?
Because it was funny.
I gotta talk about you in therapy. So yeah.
If it really was that bad, we wouldn't be talking.
So, grade 6, we're friends.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Oh, and we did the hoedown throwdown.
Oh, yeah!
As our,
for the talent show.
Yeah, for the talent show, which was like French Cafe. And we called ourselves the Bubblegum Poppers.
We did. Yeah, and then we performed the hoedown throwdown.
Yes.
And everyone was so impressed because they thought that we choreographed it ourselves.
Yeah, they did. And I remember that day, I had my hair crimped. And the whole day, I convinced everybody, just for fun, that my hair was naturally like this. And
I hated you so much
every
for this.
single day I straightened it because I just didn't believe that my natural hair was nice.
Her natural, quote-unquote, hair, which was actually crimped.
Yeah.
We're like, girl, you look so cute. Why don't you wear this every day?
I don't know. I was just...
I'm so insecure.
I should have gotten an Oscar for that.
I hate you so much.
I was chaotic for fun.
Chaotic neutral, always. Almost chaotic evil.
It's not chaotic evil. Nobody got hurt.
When you called me Jesus. You went from being chaotic evil to just chaotic neutral.
Exactly. I'm a changed woman.
Okay, so then, grade 7.
Grade 7.
Grade 7, we were in the same class.
We were all in the same class.
It was a big
It was huge.
class of grade 7.
Yeah.
And
basically everybody was, like, anybody who had been separated in the past were now, like, together.
yeah.
So we were all, like, a giant friend group, but also, like, split up into smaller groups.
Because I was back with my friends from grade 5.
Yes.
But also I had new friends from grade 6.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was kind of in between the two groups,
Yeah.
and we kind of merged them.
Yeah, which is why I was like, it was like a big mix
Yeah.
of everyone was friends with each other.
That's when I got my first boyfriend.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then grade 8, we
We were
separated.
Yeah.
We were split up. So I was in a split class this time.
Yeah, and I was in the full grade 8
with
class.
Maria and Christina. Mm-hmm. I think we were the only 3 girls.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then it was all the guys that were like the guys.
Yes.
So it was 3 girls who all had boyfriends at the time.
Yep.
And then all the like hot guys of the grade.
Yep.
In the same split class.
Scandalous.
And there was a lot of shenanigans going on.
Oh, yeah. Meanwhile, we were throwing scissors into the walls.
Yeah. I remember there was a story that someone threw a grape and it got sliced on the ceiling fan, and then the other half of the grape is still on top of the ceiling fan.
Yep. That's the stuff that we were doing. Or seeing your boyfriend eating chicken nuggets from the recycling bin.
See, I didn't see that. That's why I was still dating him. Because I didn't see that.
Yeah, no. That was a spicy time.
Yep. I was in the split class with all the hot guys without him in it.
Yep.
And that's why we were still dating, because he didn't see.
Nope. And you didn't see him eating chicken nuggets.
Yep.
Grade 9 was
a weird year.
It was a weird year.
We got into high school. So you're, like, thrown into a school full of other schools.
Yeah, full of other schools, full of other groups of people.
Yeah, and you're, like, meeting everybody, and you don't know yet who's who.
Yeah.
And you're just, like, trying to be friendly with everybody.
Yeah, that was my strategy. I was just like, hello, what's up? So I don't know anybody.
But, like, during lunch, we'd still kind of stick to our friend group that we know from elementary school.
Mm-hmm.
And then slowly over the year and the following year, people would disappear from that group until me and you and Sarah were left.
Yeah, basically.
And then Sarah kind of also went with Liz.
Yeah, she went with like basically like the group that had started off sitting to the right of us.
Yeah, they kind of merged.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then grade 10 was when me and you had science class together.
Yeah, I remember that.
First period. And we kind of somehow diverged to the other that we were writing stories.
Yes, because like I remember like after like grade 9 finished, it was summer, and you know like I mean like what's a 14, 15-year-old supposed to do with all their free time? They have no money. They have no job.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, occasionally, if their friend's mom would pick them up to go to the mall together. Yep. Like, you know, like, that was such a rare outing. Or, like, so that, you know, like, I was just like, I'm bored.
I'm, like, me too. Like, I'm bored. Let me create a life
where I'm not bored.
Yeah.
Yeah. I spent all my time, like, holed up in my room, just writing and drawing and just, like, writing, like, on, like, paper by hand in different fonts in lined paper, just writing by hand. And so then that's what I did all summer. And then when it was grade 10 and we had science class together, you were like, oh, I've been writing. And I'm like, me too.
How would that even come up? Because I don't know how I ever admitted it.
I don't know. Maybe we're talking about One Direction.
Maybe. So what I was writing was a One Direction fan fiction.
Maybe. I think it was when their new album came out. Or I think it was Little Things. Like, I remember the song Little Things coming out.
Yeah.
And you being really excited about that song.
I feel like knowing us, I would have said it first.
Probably.
And then you probably came after.
Yeah.
So then I would start, because I typed up my writing. Yeah. And you literally hand wrote yours.
I hand wrote mine and, like, clipped it into a binder.
Yeah. So I would start printing my chapters out for Andrea to read the next day. I would give her pages of my One Direction fan fiction. It was like
Yeah.
a mafia story.
Yeah, it was. It was so good, though.
And I would print out these pages, and Andrea would read them during class, but it had to be like after the lecture's done, sometimes during, and we'd have to hide it beneath our binders.
Yeah, we looked like we were like dealing drugs
Yeah.
or something. Like
If
we
so-
were.
someone
we
would
were
turn around-
Suspicious.
If someone would turn around to try to talk to us, we would look at them like, please just turn back around.
Yes. Oh my god, I felt really bad that one day when she tried sitting next to us and like
Stephanie?
yeah. And she tried asking us like, hey, like what's up? And I was just like, I'm like, listen, love you, but I'm like, today is reading day.
Yeah, every day was reading day.
I know,
almost.
but that was a selective reading day,
Yeah.
and I was like really excited about this chapter.
Yep, me too.
And I was like, I need to read.
And she just kept sitting there, and we're just like, please turn back around.
Yeah, like we tried being like kind of cool. Like we were just like, we are not interested. We are not open for business. Please come back another day.
But then what we'd also do is during lunch, I think our friends would be busy or something, or they had a different lunch. They had a different
Yeah.
lunch. It was just me and you, and we wouldn't even sit in the cafeteria. We would just walk around the halls.
Yes, we would go and we would discuss our like the latest chapter
Yes,
that
our
we had
stories.
given each other. So then we would make predictions. We would be like, "Oh, this is what I was thinking while writing it." And so
Yeah.
then like that was just like a behind the scenes of like a chapter that we just read.
And then we'd get the other person's perspective of like, where do you think the story's
Yes.
going? And then you'll be like, oh, well, I have an idea, but like I might implement your ideas in, but like I don't know yet.
Yes. And we would like hype each other up. We'd be like, yeah. And then we would like go home after school that day and be like, I just wrote another chapter. And then we'd just like be like so excited.
It was
And
fun.
it was a lot of fun. And I remember staying up like all night just like doing things related to the story. I would stay up with the birds chirping and being like, I've been writing all night.
And then just go to school.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
That was us as teenagers.
Yeah. That was wild.
How were we functioning?
I don't know. We still got good grades though.
Yeah, and then grade 11 was kind of more of the same, but we were like getting closer.
Yes. I'm like, Agatha doesn't need to know that we're really good best friends. And I was just like, yeah, like we don't need that. We don't need that validation. I'm just like, I mean, you're my best friend, right? And I'm like, oh, dear God, please. I mean, like, I think she is. I think of you as my best friend. Do you think of me as yours?
It was really big at the time.
It was like...
We had been
like,
actual best friends for maybe a year plus at this point.
Yeah.
But we hadn't admitted it to each other.
We had commitment issues.
Yeah.
Because we were scared. Because I was like, oh no. Like, I'm like, she is my closest friend. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, does she feel that same way about me? Like, you know, there are other people out there that she could be taken by. Also in grade 9, my best friend, like after grade 9, moved away.
Maria,
Yes. And so then in grade 10,
you were vulnerable.
I was free. And so were you. You were still going through...
Well, I had my best friend, we were still like best friends by title in grade 10.
Yes. That's what I mean. But then you had like...
But then we had a falling out.
Yes.
She had found other best friends, and I was jaded.
Yep.
And I was,
See, I think...
I have baggage.
I think that's also why we couldn't commit to each other.
Yeah, we both had baggage.
We were like, I still miss that one best friend, you know? Like, we were together for so long. I don't know if I have space in my heart.
I don't know if
for
I'm ready for
Agatha.
that yet.
Am I ready for that commitment?
Am I ready to be in that serious of a relationship?
Yeah. Best friends.
But then finally, you know, we were.
Yeah, we were.
And then, for some reason, we were looking for a third one.
Yes, because in grade 11, I had done co-op as well. So,
Yeah.
I was gone
alone.
for like a good part of
The school
the
semester.
school semester.
And I had gotten close with Monica.
Yeah.
From the second episode, Monica.
Yes.
You remember her?
Monica.
And
My baby child.
I was like, she seems really cool, and I feel like we would get along as a trio. I want to introduce... Well, like, you already knew Monica.
I did, because we had a lot of classes together, and we always talked to each other. She also sat in that, like, lunch group to the right of us.
Yes.
Which eventually, like, kind of, like, merged with our own.
Yeah. So I had gotten to know her. I'm like, I feel like Andrea would love her, and we would just be a great trio, potentially. But, at first, it was just, like, me and Monica getting close, and I think me and her had, like, a mall hangout, and it was the first time that we hung out outside of school. I was like, Monica's so cool, like, we have so much to talk about, and we had, I don't know why, but we had these tryouts.
We did.
For a third member.
I mean, I don't know if we explicitly...
It wasn't
never
official.
Explicitly stated.
But looking
that
back,
they were
it was
tryouts.
kind of tryouts.
But yeah, looking back, we were like, oh no, we were psychos.
Yeah, looking back, we're like, oh, we really did that?
Yeah, we did. We tried out people, like, different people that we both mutually liked.
Yes.
And then we were like, let's see how they fit in with our dynamic.
Yeah, so we would take them to the mall.
We did.
And we'd hang out for, like, a day. And then we would drop them off at home and then discuss on the way home.
Yeah, we'll be like,
I would be driving.
What do you think about...
Yeah. It wasn't blatant. Like, it wasn't, like, said. But we just kind of did it. I don't know. I feel like we did. Our souls were searching for a third soul.
Yeah, we were. And so Monica was our top choice. We were like, wow, like, she works really well with our dynamic. She's not like overbearing or like sucking any energy out of us. Like, she kept like the flow, like,
and she
moving
can
naturally.
Talk to both of us separately,
she can talk to,
but also in a group.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we were like, we enjoy this girl a lot. Like, she gets along so well with the both of us.
Yeah, and then at the end of grade 12 for prom,
oh my god,
we had to choose our prom tables and submit who we wanted to sit with at prom. To stressful. Like the council or whatever.
Yeah, like the prom committee or whatever.
Prom committee.
Yeah.
And we had to submit like a list of people, I think it was 6 people or something, that we wanted to sit with at the prom table. And we were so stressed out going to ask Monica if she wanted to sit with us.
Yes.
Because she had another friend.
She did.
That we thought she was very close to. So we're like, oh, it's a toss-up. Like, whether she would sit with us or with that other friend.
Like, so, I remember, like, you and me, like, voicing it, being like, I don't know, can we secure Monica? Like, we think we're pretty good now, but does she want to commit to us?
Yeah, and her and this other friend seem really close.
Like, I don't know.
Plus, she had a date, so it was 2 seats on the line.
It was a date, and it was more intertwined with that other friends group.
Yeah, so the date had mutual friends with the other group as well. So we're like, it honestly seems like she's gonna sit with them.
Yeah.
And then when we asked her, she's like, "Are you stupid? Of course I was gonna sit with you."
We were like,
"Oh,
you're saying you love us?"
And that kind of cemented us.
Are you saying I do?
It's like, will you marry me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Will you marry us?
And that cemented us as a trio, I think.
Yeah.
Because then over the summer we would meet up and we were like sad that Monica was going away for university. Remember? Mm-hmm. And we like went to the mall and we
went to 5 Seconds of Summer.
Yeah, we went to that concert together.
Where you guys wore plaid and stuff, and then I was wearing polka dot jeans and
a cat sweater. I'm like, well, you need the uniform, the black jeans and the plaid. And you're like, no.
I'm like, polka dots and cat sweater? Got it. Oh man. But yeah, we were like, oh man, we're gonna lose our friend.
Yeah, we were scared.
Yeah. She went off to university while we were still at home.
Yeah, so sometimes we would hang out, because she would come home, I think, once a month.
Yeah.
And we would hang out without her, and that kind of caused a strain, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
There was some insecurities, but we worked through that. And then, I mean, we've been good ever since, really.
Yeah. We have been.
There's obviously, like, with any relationship, there's strain. But I think as, like, people always ask, like, how does a friendship work with 3 people? Like, that seems like a recipe for disaster.
I don't think so. Like, for me, whenever I think of it, like, I'm like, I think I work well in 3.
Yeah, because we're kind of, I don't know if, like, introversion is a good word for it, but there's also more to it than just that. But, like, if I was just friends with Monica, we would probably never see each other.
Oh my god.
Because Monica's so introverted. She has such, like, limited energy for other people.
Like, you can see when her batteries run out.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, BB, you go.
Yeah. Like, we'll drive you home, don't worry.
Yep. She's like, 9:30 on the dot. Like, I must be home.
I need 5 hours to prepare myself to go to sleep.
Yeah, like, she won't even stay in the car, like, one more second.
No,
like,
no.
See ya. Love you guys. I'm out.
But I feel like it works, yeah, because if just me and Monica were friends, I would never see her, and I would not get my full dose of friendship.
Yeah.
But then, the same thing with you, because you're so busy.
I'm not that busy.
And, like, you also have, like, more energy for other people. Whereas, I have a lot of energy for a select few people.
Yeah.
And also, Monica's just very grounded.
Yes.
And we have crazy ideas.
Oh, yes.
That get us in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
And Monica will be like, this is dumb. Do not do this.
And we're like, but if you think about it. And she's like, no. I'm like, stop. Like, that's not.
And then also, I think I rant a lot. Because I get frustrated easily. And once I'm frustrated with one friend, I go to the other friend and I rant. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. And I'm not mad anymore.
Yep.
And then when I'm frustrated with the other friend, I go to the other friend and I rant.
Yep.
And then I'm not frustrated. And then it's just over.
Yeah, basically.
And then just like
that's how it works.
When one friend goes on vacation, you got the other friend.
Yeah.
But we also work as a trio.
Yeah, like right now Monica's hermiting, but we're cheering her on while she's hermiting.
Yeah, she's being a hermit studying, and we're like, oh, no worries, bae.
Yeah.
We got each other to get us through the lack of Monica. Yep. And then once Monica comes back, we'll
party like a trio. The Holy Trinity.
The Holy Trinity. I really think it strengthens us.
It's a triangle. It's the strongest shape.
Yes.
That's
why. Because honestly, even just being one person's only best friend is a lot to put on one person.
It's like being in a relationship.
Yeah. But imagine, like, so now we've all 3 of us have gone through breakups in the span of 3 months.
Yeah.
And if I had to deal with one person having a breakup at the same time as me having a breakup, and we only had each other, I would crash and burn.
Oh, yeah.
That is so much emotional energy.
It is.
To give to one person.
Then if you have, like...
Especially when you're already running on empty.
Yeah. And you can, like, team up and, like, help to give that person the support that they need, then it all works out.
Like in the group chat, when one of us is having a breakdown, and we're like, oh my god, I miss him, like, this is, like, I want to die, this sucks. Then sometimes, like, both of us are online and, like, free to give advice and give support. Yep. But sometimes one of us is busy.
Yep.
And then the other person steps in. Like, there's always someone.
Exactly.
To give support. And that's what I love. Like,
that's what I love, too. Because I think, like, also, before Monica, you and I used to get in a lot more fights.
Oh, yeah.
Little petty, tiny things where I was like, Agatha is pissing me off. And you'd be like, Andrea is pissing me off. And we'd both be like, you're pissing me
Yep,
off.
I remember. We'd have, like, text fights.
Yeah, we would. And then, but what was funny was, like, our text fights would be, like, so full circle.
Yeah, we'd always come back to,
We'd always come back to being like, so
why are we mad again?
yes, like, so you agree. It's just like, yes, I do agree. What do you think I've been saying this whole time? It's just like, you're smart.
That's why, like, in the end, there's no use even arguing with you. So I just go to Monica, and I vent, and she goes, yeah, I understand. And then I'm over it. Because in the end, we always come back to agreeing anyway, so there's no point in fighting.
Yep.
Unless, like, the other day I was like, Andrea, I have beef with you.
And then I'm like, alright, tell me the beef.
Yeah, and I was like, if you don't want to hang out with me, just tell me that you don't want to hang out with me instead of leading me on and then ghosting me for the rest of the day. And she's like, okay, I understand.
Yeah, I know I'm guilty of that.
And you're also chronically late, but I've learned to harness my anger
late.
And just keep it in. Because I've gotten mad so many times and nothing works, so there's no point.
No.
I just have to give myself...
You just have to tell me a different time.
I have to tell you the time is 2 hours before the time.
Yeah, basically.
It's just, like, petty things that, like, I feel like we're in a marriage.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And it's all, like, we've committed to each other.
Yes.
And we love each other, and we want to support each other and see each other grow and become, you know, full-fledged human beings.
Yep.
But just the little things sometimes.
Just like, God.
When she texts me, like, 2 hours into, like, the time that we were supposed to meet up, and she says, I've been doing nothing for the past 3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, we had a time scheduled. Why have you been doing nothing?
I'm like, what is time? It's
and
just
like,
a concept, Agatha.
And then I look at Monica, and we're ready.
Oh, yeah.
Monica has been there early.
Oh, yeah.
Monica got there half an hour early.
Both you and Monica are... Well, I mean, Monica is early.
I'm on time.
You're on time. And I am, you know, on Hispanic time.
What is it, mañana?
Yeah, it is. Yep.
So me and Monica are there because Monica's early, and I'm just like, for real with this girl? And she's like, yeah, I know.
Yep. That is me. I'm terrible.
But sometimes you need that third person. Not to say that, you know, I don't get pissed off with Monica and then go vent to Andrea, because that also happens.
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys vent about me.
Yeah, we both. It's just a 3-way venting circle,
yeah.
so that the air doesn't get caught.
Unless it's really bad, and then you decide with the other person you're venting with that it's time to bring it up.
Yes, it's like an intervention.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, we both feel that we love you, and so.
I feel like this happens a lot of the times when I'm making bad dating decisions. You guys talk behind my back, and then you're like, all right, we're taking a united front. Do not make this decision. And I mean,
that happens with any of us who's making bad dating decisions.
I feel like I'm not a part of that often. It's mostly me who's being...
You're the one who gets interventions.
Uh-huh. I mean, yeah, a lot of us make bad decisions, but I feel like I make the worst, or the most often.
No, I don't think you make the worst. I think you voice the worst.
You're right. I always say I'm gonna do something,
yes,
and it's always the worst thing.
And
then
like, what?
You guys talk me out of it, and
I'm
then
like,
I don't do it.
What on earth are you? Word, stop. Like, are you on crack? Do you need help?
Because I voice it to get your opinion.
Yeah, and when you voice it, I'm just like, yeah, think about it this way.
I'm like, okay, you're right. And then I still kind of do it, but in a lesser way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lesser than the original insanity.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, you know what? I kind of approve. And Monica's like, are you no?
Monica's like, hell no.
And I'm like, but if you think about it, it's not as bad. It's like, no.
This is what you get having 2 Capricorns in your life.
Okay, but I have the crackhead Aquarius in me.
Which is why you agree with me.
Which is why I'm like, you know what?
And Monica's like, no!
Yeah. I'm like, but she, like, it could be fun. Maybe.
It's a lot of the times it is fun. My decision.
It is, but in the long term.
But I get over it. I get over it quick. And then I'm on to the next one.
Yeah, and then you get on to the next crackhead decision.
Mm-hmm.
Although you could be worse. You could be an actual crackhead.
Yeah, that would be a crackhead decision.
Yeah.
If I were to do crack.
Yes.
Our friendship is gonna...
We're gonna be 20.
Our friendship is going to get into its early 20s.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna go through its mush phase.
But I feel like in this mush phase is when it's getting strongest.
Can it get stronger?
I think so.
I feel like it's gotten stronger.
Yeah.
Going through all this shit in the past few months.
Together makes you realize how much we mean to each other, you know?
Yeah. We wouldn't say this shit in, like, grade 10.
No, we would have been too afraid.
Yeah.
We had commitment issues.
I mean, I feel like a lot of this Monica has brought out in us.
Yeah.
Because she's very emotional.
She is.
And she says things without, like, being afraid.
Yes.
Whereas we're just, like, more arm's length.
Yeah. Yeah, she was definitely the one who I think helped us appreciate the friendship that we have more.
Yes, definitely.
And especially after, like, hearing all the, like, the struggles that she went through and just, like, finding us.
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow, we really do have something special here.
Definitely.
You know? And so, thanks, Monica. For helping us tap into our feelings.
It's difficult.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day, Agatha thought she was a thinker and not a feeler.
Yeah, in terms of Myers-Briggs.
Yeah.
And now look at me having a podcast about feelings.
Yep.
I'm a liar.
How times change. And then I don't know if I'm a hybrid of feel, think. I still think I'm more thinking.
Do you think
I know
that you're more
right?
thinking? Or do
I
you feel like
I
you're more
think
thinking?
or feel? I don't know.
But in terms of Enneagram, you're a straight up 7.
Oh, I'm a 7. Like, almost 100% 7. Oh my god. Yeah. That's like a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm. Monica's a 9, and I'm a 6, if you're into that.
Yeah.
I think I really like that about our friendship, too, is how the 3 of us are so different in career path.
Yeah.
So different.
Yes.
That there's always something interesting.
To hear from each other.
And even just differing perspectives on life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not even related to the career at all, but just the career sort of impacts your way of thinking.
Yes.
Whereas, like, me, I'm a scientist. You are in, like, creative industries.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of business, but not really.
Yeah.
And then Monica's, like, full-on accounting.
Oh, yeah.
That is so different from each other.
It is.
But it's also kind of merged. Like, we're, like, 3 sides of the triangle, but we're all kind of similar.
Yeah.
Like, science and accounting are similar in, like, numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And facts. And data. And then science and not animation, like what? Creative industries?
Yeah.
What would you
I
call
guess
it?
just like the creative part, just the exploration of ideas.
Yeah.
And trials and seeing what works, what doesn't work.
And, like, the bigger picture, too.
Yeah,
like, what
the
does
bigger
it mean?
picture.
And that's sort of me and you.
Yeah.
And then you and Monica are also business.
Yeah, because mine is it's a TV show. It's got a budget. It's got things to pay, people to pay, contracts.
Yeah, you literally have to take an accounting class for your major.
Yeah, exactly. You also see, like, the fight between, like, art and commerce and, like, vision, but also staying within the budget.
Yeah.
And what you can make happen within it.
And I feel like in the beginning of university, a lot of people were telling me, like, yeah, like, they're your friends, but don't get too attached because, like, a lot of things change over university, and you guys won't necessarily be, like, friends together for the rest of your lives. Yeah. And I'm like, I feel like we will.
Yeah, like, for me, I was just, like, I was confident, and I was, like, out of everybody, I'm, like, I'm most confident in you guys.
Yeah. And then now I'm even more confident because we've been through so much.
Yep.
And we've grown, but we've grown in the same direction.
Yes. Yeah, we have.
We've grown separately.
Yes.
But it's all sort of just gone together.
Yeah.
Just by chance, I guess. Mm-hmm. But we've also supported each other through so many things. So many years. So many different stages.
Yeah.
In life.
Because, I mean, even though it's been, I don't know, how many years? Like, what, like 8 years?
6?
Roughly? Like 6, 8 years?
I think.
Yeah. But so much has happened within those 6 years of us being friends and experiencing all kinds of things together.
Even if we grow apart, which I don't see happening, but...
Yeah.
Even if we do, like, one of us moves away and, like, has to make a new, like, group of friends or something, I can't imagine us not being friends. Like, we'll still obviously be close and go to each other's weddings, and our kids will, like, know each other.
Yeah.
Like, that's still gonna happen. I just can't imagine it not happening. Unless there's, like, some big fallout where one of us, like, backstabs the other. And it's, like, a big scandal.
Yeah.
But that's not gonna happen. We're not those kind of people.
No. We're the kind of people who would be like Rosie and Mamma Mia singing Take a Chance on Me.
Yeah.
At each other's weddings.
We are Donna and the Dynamo.
Yeah, we are.
Stay tuned for the Halloween photos.
Yeah.
From this year.
I'm still looking for those overalls.
I wanna get overalls. They're back in style. And I don't have any.
I have overall shorts, but not, like, full length.
Oh, I need full length if I want to wear them to the lab.
Yeah, they're cute.
But yeah, I gotta start looking for my Tanya outfit.
Yeah.
I am Tanya.
I am Donna. And if Monica were here, she'd be like, I'm Rosie.
Insert clip of Monica.
Yeah.
And I'm Rosie.
And that was Monica saying that she's Rosie.
Yep. I also think with the three of us going through the breakups too, all within, like, a close time span, that also made us realize, like, what do we do?
Honestly.
It's just, like, makes you realize what a great support system we have for each other. Like, you can't beat the triangle.
It's the strongest shape. And just, like, I don't know, your significant other becomes, like, the center of your universe.
Yeah.
And the other people are kind of just supporting characters in your life at that point.
Yeah.
Until that person isn't there anymore. And then you realize, like, not that you've taken them for granted, because I've always known that you guys are as great as you are.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, holy shit.
It just, like, really emphasizes it.
Like, you really, I don't know, just having people who care about you so much, even when you're your own, I don't know, just you yourself don't believe in yourself anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And they still do.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to, like, describe it into words.
No, I think that makes sense. It's a good way to describe it.
Because, like, we've always been confident people.
Yeah.
But then, like, during a breakup, no matter how it goes, whether you're, you know, you've been cheated on,
mm-hmm.
whether you've just been dumped over the phone,
mm-hmm.
whether it's a mutual breakup on good terms,
Yep.
or whether you were the dumper, it makes you feel like shit.
Yep.
Like, you just, someone in your life who was so significant just, like, leaves.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have this hole in your life. And you just feel like trash.
Yeah. Because they also helped, like, validate you a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were like, oh, you're so cute. Like, you know, like, they listened to every single word that you said. You know, they soaked it up. And you were like, I'm so funny. I'm so interesting. And then, like, you know, when you lose that person, you wonder, like, is anybody ever gonna look at me like that? Is anybody ever gonna think I'm funny like that? So is anybody ever gonna find me attractive like that?
Yeah.
So it makes you doubt yourself.
Because the person got to know you so well.
Yeah.
And got to know everything about you. And then they still loved you. And you're like, well, am I ever gonna find someone who's gonna know me as well as this person?
Yeah.
But you have to be like, well, obviously not from the start.
Mm-hmm.
Every new person doesn't know you immediately.
Yep.
You have to let that grow, and you have to keep your eyes open. And that was something that was hard for me, and I think for you and Monica, to grasp. But because we had each other, we got to say, like, obviously I know that you're gonna find someone. I know that Monica's gonna find someone. I know you guys are great, awesome women. And people are gonna love you again. And I see that, and, like, from a rational third-party perspective, I can see that this is not over. You're only 22. Yeah. You're gonna find someone. This is not over. You're not gonna be an old cat lady. But when I look at myself, I'm like, no one's ever gonna love me, and I'm gonna die alone.
It's just like, yep, give me the cats. Because, like, like you were saying earlier, it's like, we see you in a maze.
Yeah.
And we can see that there's the exit. You're so close. But you're just, like, wallowing in the middle of the maze, being like, I can never get out of here.
I'm gonna die in this maze.
It's impossible. But there's, like, an arrow pointing to where you need to go next.
Because you're seeing from overhead, and you can see it so clear. But I'm like, no, I'm dead.
That's it. That's the end.
But that's why it helps to have friends, and then to realize that they see you so clearly, just like how you see them so clearly.
Yep.
But you don't see yourself that way.
No, you don't.
So as long as you remember that there's people who do see you from above.
Yeah.
From an overhead view.
God.
And they believe in you. And they're not just saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not just saying that when you say that to them.
Yeah.
If you could just flip the script and realize that goes both ways.
Yeah, because they're also, like, they know you as well.
They know you better than that significant other.
Exactly. They know you more. And they still love you.
Yeah. And they know that you're lovable from a man's perspective. Or a woman's.
Yeah.
Whatever. A significant other's perspective. Because, you know, you were a good girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna be a good girlfriend in the future. You just gotta take this time to be single.
Yeah.
Because that's also important.
It is. Learning how to do things by yourself. Like, I don't know, even to go to run a small errand at the store, I'm just like, I need somebody with me.
Me too. I'm so, like, not that I'm afraid to go to the store by myself. But I'm just like, who wants to go with me? I don't want to go alone.
I don't know. I feel like maybe it's also that I'm just like, I don't want to be alone. I'm like, do I not want to be alone with me? Because, like, in public?
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know what it is. Because when I'm, like, at home, I'm just like, yeah, whatever, leave me alone. But in public, I'm just like, no, I need somebody there. It's like, I'm having it's almost like a TV commercial where you're just like, there's, like, the happy people shopping at the store, and you want to be that happy couple or family.
It's kind of an out-of-body experience almost.
It
like,
is.
I'm imagining what I look like to a
Yes.
stranger.
Yes, that's why
And I'd rather have someone there to, like, not to look... Because when someone's there, I'm not thinking about what a stranger sees me as.
Yeah,
I'm kind of distracted by the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I'm alone, I'm like, oh, strangers are looking at me.
Yeah. I'm just like, I wonder what they think of me, like... I'm like, oh God, what am I wearing today? I'm like, what is this portrait?
How am I acting?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I need to look nonchalant.
Maybe
act natural.
It's just like, let's point at all of these things. Let's compare the prices. Do the thinking man pose. Compare the products. No name, great value.
Exactly. And I'm just like when I'm staring at something and I'm deciding, I'm like, I've been here too long. Someone's gonna be suspicious.
Yeah.
But this is the opportunity to get over that.
It is.
And go to the store by yourself.
Yep.
And other things. Use that as a metaphor for bigger
for
life
anything that you're
things.
afraid of doing by yourself. Like I went on a run by myself. I mean, it's something that I'm okay to do, but I'm also like scared. Because, being a female running out in trails.
Yeah.
Is spooky.
I would be scared.
Yeah. And then I just hope that I can run faster.
Than the person chasing me.
Yeah, than the person chasing me. Or that if somebody was chasing me, my instincts would, like, kick in and I'd have, like a speed boost.
I feel like I would just stop running.
Be like, it's fine, just take me.
I would just, like, curl up into a ball.
Oh my God.
But at that point, like, when I'm alone, I've started talking to myself.
Oh, I do all the time. I sound insane. My mom looks at me being like, what? Who are you talking? I'm like, me.
Today when I was alone, I was watching Netflix, and then I would comment about it out loud.
Yeah.
And I'm alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also just like walking to the car or whatever, I feel like I kind of see myself out of body.
Yes.
Like I'm in a movie.
Welcome.
And I'm watching myself walk. Yep. And I've tried to like start dressing better, like put more effort into how I look.
Mm-hmm.
So that when I walk, I look good.
Yes. Yeah.
And I can be like the main character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
1,000%.
Yeah.
I can see where you're coming from.
And I'm like, I'm myself, and I'm walking, and I'm the main character, and this is my life.
Yes.
And whatever music I'm listening to is the soundtrack right now.
Yes. I wonder what person that sees me on the street wonders where I'm like headed off to in such a rush.
Exactly.
And like I'm like, the wind is blowing through my hair. I got my headphones on. They're wondering what music I'm listening to. Like what is making that strut, That's a beat. Like nobody walks like that regularly. Like that's definitely a beat that she's walking to.
Do you think like this about strangers? Or do you just hope that strangers think like this about you?
No, I sometimes think about that.
Okay.
If somebody's like interesting, I'm like, I wonder.
So it stems from something. It's not just you being conceited.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. It's mainly also because I also tend to think about like whatever character is in my head that's living in there at the moment, and then like whatever experience that I'm having, I try to imagine it from how they would think about it.
What?
Which is another way, you know? Like, so whatever I have around me, I try to imagine them in the same situation.
What do you mean them?
Like, whatever character I have in mind.
One of your original characters?
Yes.
Okay.
One of my original characters in mind. I try to think about, it's like whatever I'm experiencing, say it's a sound or a song or a visual or like a person that I see on the street. Like, you know, I try to imagine like what their perspective is like.
Okay. How do you choose what character to embody in that moment?
I think it depends on like the kind of energy.
Okay.
And so I'm just like, oh yeah, this would definitely be this. This would definitely be that. And then sometimes I'm like, you know what? We could really channel into sadness and be the sad.
Through this character?
Yes.
Okay.
For fun.
Do you see what I mean about her being an alien?
For absolutely no good reason. I'm just like, I will channel the sad feelings. The sad situation that does not exist. For fun.
Kind of like staring out the car window as a kid.
Yes.
Listening to the music in your mind. Or like that you're listening to.
Yep.
And then in your mind it's a music video.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like that.
Yes.
Like nothing sad happening in your life, but you're like, it's a sad song and
yes.
I'm embodying it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Wait, I'm like, where are we?
September.
I know, but I mean, like, what is this?
A podcast.
Yeah. Like, this was recorded in the past, but where will this be in the future? Start thinking about like the timeline, and I'm like, where are we in the timeline? When will this be in the timeline? I'm like, will there have been another
Probably October.
guy?
It'll be October.
Yeah, because you're like, I'll keep you posted. And I'm like, what if someone pops up?
Somebody.
Yeah.
We'll see.
You know? And I'm like, and we're in this timeline, but then we're speaking about them by the time you like publish it.
I mean, I have episodes lined up where I'm like, oh, I'm talking to like this guy from high school.
I see.
And that's next week's episode.
Yeah.
And now it's all kind of dead.
It is, which is why I'm interested in like seeing where the timeline is headed.
Yeah, well, so am I. It's my life.
I know, but I'm thinking about it again from like an outside perspective where I'm looking in.
You're looking at the maze from above.
Yeah, basically. I'm like, where are we? Are we still in the maze?
We're in October, so we'll see what October brings.
Yeah.
Right now we're in beginning of September.
Yeah.
But we'll see like mid-October what happens.
Mid-October. Here we come.
Here we come.
Here we come.
Boys, get ready.
Oh my god. I don't know about that. Who knows? But who knows?
But who knows?
Maybe
exactly.
October me will be different.
You definitely will be.
I guess.
Like, July you was completely different than August you.
True.
And now September you is gonna be a different bitch. So imagine October you.
October me. In October.
In October this will come out. So as far as you
Yes.
know, this is what's happening.
Yeah, basically. Like, we don't know yet. Unless if we were psychic.
Then we could tell you. Probably
Yes.
we're getting our Halloween costumes in order.
Yep. I have a blonde wig.
And I'm
guessing.
I'll probably straighten my hair. Maybe cut myself some bangs.
Maybe cut yourself some bangs.
We'll see. That would probably be a bad idea.
Or what if I don't even have a blonde wig, but my hair is bleached?
Yeah, you just go blonde.
I just go blonde.
That would be a thing.
And fry my hair off.
That would be a thing.
It would be a thing.
Yeah. It would be a choice.
But my hair is still healthy right now. Remind me. That I used to feel how soft my hair was.
You're like sitting here in October listening to this with your hair just fried.
Yeah. And I'm like, "Oh, our hair used to be so soft."
I think moral of the story and moral of this episode is treasure your friendships and look around yourself and realize who is there for you and who has been there and who is there for you when even you are not there for yourself.
Yeah.
Appreciate your friends and realize that you're not alone in life, but also you have to learn to rely on yourself as well. But when yourself needs work, you gotta build off of the other people.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we're all in our 20s, so it's like the perfect time for learning and experiencing new things. Because we still don't know who we are.
No, which is kind of scary.
It's just the beginning. Like, I think we have a good base knowledge, but we're always learning something new every day or experiencing something every day.
Yeah. It was so crazy because puberty, like, that was supposed to be the only big change.
Yeah, because people think it's caterpillar and then you become beautiful butterfly.
But puberty is more of a physical change. And then the early 20s is the emotional puberty.
Yeah.
We're going through emotional puberty.
Basically. Emotional puberty.
And it's less shaped by hormones and more shaped by experiences.
So, like, as a teen, like, everything that would happen to you because your world was so small was so significant. Like, anything could rock your world. You were like, oh my god, like, it's just like, you don't understand me. But then, like, you know, like, looking back on it, you were like, that's actually not that bad.
But we'll look back on these problems as well, I think.
I think so too. And so it'll always constantly be like that.
So I think I don't like that sort of mentality of like, oh, this problem isn't that big. Because it invalidates what you're feeling at the time.
Yeah. It's just like wild to think back upon. It's like back then to you, like, it was very much real. It was like, it was huge to you because it was your first time experiencing such a thing happening. And then you're still doing that right now. You're just like, this is my first time experiencing this thing. This is huge.
But that doesn't make it any less significant to you.
No.
Just like if you were to have kids and they're going through their first breakup as like a teenager, you can't just be like,
whatever.
Oh, don't worry,
you'll get over it.
Yeah, you're just a teenager.
Yeah,
whatever.
no, I hate hearing that.
You have to validate your own feelings in the moment so that you can be there for other people. And that's what we're here for. That's what this podcast is about.
Oh, yes.
Validate your feelings.
Is that the moral of this story?
Yes. Circling back again.
Circling back for the, I don't know how manyth time.
Circling back. The moral of the story is, we're here for you. You're here to listen to us. Also, if you want to, I want to set up like a anonymous sort of thing where you can like submit problems or something.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
But I don't know how to do that yet. So insert clip of me explaining how to do it. This is Agatha from the future explaining how I figured out how to let you submit anonymous questions to the podcast for me to, in future episodes, read them out loud and discuss them on the podcast and potentially maybe give advice or whatever you might want, whatever scenario you want to send in or comments or whatever. And I wanted to do it in an anonymous fashion. So there's two ways that I decided to do this. Either Both links will be in the description of this episode and future episodes. So there is a Google form link where you can submit your question in a written format, and it'll be anonymous, and then I'll read that. Or there will also be an Anchor link where you can submit your basically an audio recording of you saying your question out loud, and then I can read that, or not read it, but I can play that on the podcast, and I think that could be also really cool if you want to do that. And yeah, I think it's a cool idea, and then we can try it if you want. If you have anything that you want to discuss, any sort of opinion, whatever, then I think it's a fun option. So there you go, and now back to this episode. This was a great episode. Thank you for joining me, Andrea.
Thank you for having me. Sorry it took so long to end your podcast. We wish we had sponsors.
Please sponsor me.
Please sponsor us. Girls gotta pay for a second mic.
Yeah, I only have one mic. Okay, I'll see you next week.
See you in next October.
This October.
Next October. But I meant, oh wait, sorry. I meant to say next week of that October. Wherever we are in the timeline.
See you in the next week of this October 2020.
Yes. One of the Octobers.
See you next time in the mushroom.